Hi friends, it's Miss Krissy. I wanted to read you a story today called Whose Garden Is It? This is one of my favorite books. And one of my very favorite things to do is to garden. And I plant a garden every year, and in my garden I grow vegetables. I grow tomatoes and onions and peppers and lettuce and carrots, sometimes beets, all different kinds of vegetables. I love vegetables, and I love to garden. I can sit in my garden for hours, sit in the dirt and get dirty and pull weeds, and I love growing my own food and being outside. It's so nice. And this is one of my favorite books. Whose Garden Is It? Mrs. McGee went out walking one day, and she was cheerfully finding her way. She passed by a garden with colors so bright she'd never seen such a beautiful sight. How splendid, how pleasant, how simply exquisite. This garden is perfect. But whose garden is it? The gardener answered, "It's clear as can be. This garden, you see, belongs only to me. I'm the owner, and everyone knows it. I'm the person who plants it and grows it. See how I keep it in the best of condition? No one can come here without my permission." The gardener bowed and allowed her to pass, then went back to weeding and seeding the grass. He grumbled to see that some lettuce was gone, and stomped on some strange bumpy lumps in the lawn. Then Mrs. McGee heard a sharp little squeak. Up popped a rabbit, who started to speak. He says, "It is his, but I cannot agree. If no one can come here, then what about me? I've lived my whole life here. Just see how I dine. He grows me my dinner. This garden is mine." "Not so," sniffed the woodchuck from under a wall. "You eat just a little, but I eat it all. I gobble each bud and each leaf and each vine. I eat the whole garden. This garden is mine." "It's mine," the bird twittered from high in the tree. "The worms in the garden were put there for me." "Not so," sighed the worm. "Why, I make the soil fine, and that's why I'm put here. This garden is mine." "It's mine," the wasp grumbled. "I've built a fine nest here." "It's mine," buzzed the honey bee. "You're just a pest here. I pollinate flowers, it's easy to see. This garden would not be here if it weren't for me." "Or me," said the butterfly, "begging your pardon. I, too, spread pollen all over the garden." "It's mine," squeaked the squash bug. "No, mine," said the flea. "No, mine," snapped the beetle. "It's planted for me." "Not so," the snake hissed from down under the pine. "I feast on you fellows. This garden is mine." "It's mine," said the mole. "It's full of my burrows." "It's mine," squeaked the vole. "See my bumps and my furrows." The toads and the turtles, the squirrels and the hares, the chipmunks and crickets all said it was theirs. Then Mrs. McGee heard a hum in her ear. Who was that calling her? What did she hear? It's mine, a plant rustled. I blossom in season. If there is a garden, then I am the reason. No, mine, a weed whistled, a wave in the breeze. You have to be planted. I grow where I please. It's mine, breathed the soil. That's perfectly clear. Nothing could grow here if I was not here. It's mine, said the tree, for I shelter and shade you, and as my leaves fall, year by year, I have made you. It's mine, said the sun, shining down on the tree. I bring heat, I bring light. Nothing lives without me. Nothing lives without me, that is perfectly plain. My showers bring flowers. It's mine, cried the rain. Then Mrs. McGee heard a faint little sound. Something was murmuring under the ground, something that seemed as if she were quite near it. Holding her breath, she bent over to hear it. It's mine, the seed whispered. Although I am small, I'm the beginning, the start of it all. The others may help me, but all of them know, without me to grow from, no garden would grow. The sun was now setting, the day growing late. The gardener called as she walked out the gate. Now wasn't my garden a fine place to visit? But she still kept wondering. Are you still wondering? Pondering, wondering, whose garden is it? I love that book. So whose garden is it? Is it the rabbit's? Is it the farmer who planted the plants? Is it the worms that live in the soil? Is it the weeds? Is it the tree, the sun? I think it's everybody's garden. Everybody makes the garden grow. Without the dirt, you wouldn't have the garden. But if you didn't have sun, nothing would grow in the dirt. If you didn't have rain, the plants would all die because they'd be dry. So I think everything helps the garden grow. I'm going to go water my garden, and then I have to cover up some of my plants tonight because it's going to get really cold. If you have any plants outside, either cover them up or bring them in the house until tomorrow because it's going to get really cold tonight. All right, friends, I miss you, I love you, and we'll see you soon. Bye, everybody.